So that you can hear the trailer.
A promising young woman.
The promising young woman. That's right.
Good God Almighty.
Okay. So look, the promising young woman, right? Now, the poster. Let me shrink. Let me see this. See the poster. You see the bloody lips, and you see her in the middle, right? So this is. Can you call it a satire? I think I will call it. It's a satire, and it's really a dramedy, but it's also trying to turn more drama in it, right? So what happens is the whole premise of the movie is about how a certain well-to-do type of Caucasian male gets away with murder gets away with not literal murder, but gets away with murder on the college campus, meaning that they can take girls and have their way with the young girls, young college students that may be even in the same class study as they are, right? And so this is the whole premise, and there is a femme fatale out there that is getting revenge on something that it appears by the trailer, it appears happens to her. And she's out to get revenge, right, on these dudes one by one, or dudes like that in the bar setting that pick up intoxicated women and take them back to places to have unwanted sex, and then the women most likely don't remember what happened the next morning, and then there's really no recourse because most people say, well, you had it coming because you should have kept yourself together, right? So that's the long of what the movie is about, right? But the synopsis is a young woman gets revenge for something that happened during her college years on men in everyday life in the bar culture.
She gets because they're in the women who played a role in it, who were complicit in the actions and set back while they watch other men take advantage of other women.
Right.
She has something special for them too.
Yes, she does. Yeah,
so she's equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity, right? So initially, the trailer on this is misleading.
Although it's good.
Let's go through the cast.
Yeah. Starring Carey Mulligan, Bo Burnham, Emerald Fennell, Allison Brie, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Jennifer Coolidge, Connie Britton, Adam Brody, Max Greenfield, Chris Lowell, Laverne Cox, and Angela Zoe, Alfred Molina, Clancy Brown, Sam Richardson, Molly Shannon, Stephen Monroe, Casey Adams, and Timothy E. Goodwin. So although the trailer is a little different than what the trailer actually portrays.
Okay, let me.
But the trailer is still really good.
Let me tell you something.
I was interested in it from seeing the trailer.
That's right. The trailer has "Toxic" by Britney Spears playing in it, and they kind of took "Toxic," kind of like Jordan Peele did for Us.
Yeah.
And he took 5 on it, and he made 5 on it creepy, right? And so they take Toxic and they make Toxic creepy. It can send chills up your spine, right?
It's nice though the way it's done.
Yeah, it's nice the way it's done, but it can send chills up your spine. So when you're watching the trailer, you're thinking that this woman is exacting ultimate revenge on these men, the ultimate revenge, but however, the movie kind of goes into a
woman's worst nightmare is
doldrum. It goes into a doldrum, and you're sitting up there like, what's going on? This is not exactly. The trailer is misleading, is what I've got to say. You know what I'm
And
saying?
during the film, right? So for you said doldrums, but I was quite entertained from beginning to end. There wasn't any doldrums for me. So, I mean, because this is a really good film and it's quite entertaining. And so the areas that might be considered a doldrum is, for me, was setting up setting up the story. And so,
Is there one dude in this picture
That's
that
decent?
is not a asshole? That's what we need to know.
Let me
Is that
think.
not
Oh, yeah,
one?
there is, but I
there
don't wanna
one
give it away.
in the picture that's not a asshole?
Yes, there is, but we don't want to give it away.
Right? Is there one?
There's one.
Right?
Yeah.
The what you think this picture is? It comes out in April.
Okay.
What you think this picture is, it isn't. But I will say that, it will keep your interest, and there is 2 ultimate twists that happen at the end of the film that you do not
See coming at all.
you do
No.
not see coming, and you're like, what the is
This
this?
Such a good film.
What the
Such a good
is
film.
this? Like, you're like, oh my God, I sat up here, I got invested, and what is this? So let's go through the obvious. So cinematography, that's a 10. The frame within frame images that they have produced in this is just phenomenal, right? The movement of the camera, that's a 10. The character development, introducing who the character is and using they're really using more content to give context. There's not many flashbacks. The flashbacks are more told within the context of the dialogue, right?
Yeah.
So the development of the characters, I get at a 10, right? The arc of the characters, right? The arcing of the character, I'm going to give that character development is 10, introduce you to who they are. The arc of the character, I'm going to give it a 7, right? Because there's something that happens in the movie where there's a love interest and the person kind of goes back. I said, oh, this is going to be a kind of reverse hero's journey, and then there's going to be a big gloom in the second half of the film, and I was not wrong on that, right? So I'm going to give that a 7.
Okay.
Location to where they shot it and how they lit the locations, I'm going to give that a 10, right? The use of music in this,
Beautiful.
it's well done. It's well done, right?
Yeah.
How old am I?
It's a
My
10.
hobbies.
So what would you rate
My name.
promising young woman, excuse me?
I would definitely, give it a 10. We talked about it.
I left under.
Like, okay, so for me, the character arc,
Why I dropped down.
I mean, like, from the beginning of the movie,
Get accusations like this all the time.
she was arc to me.
Right.
She had already, right? She comes in arc. But like,
You gotta let it go.
what I love about the film is I love the storytelling. And like you talked about, I love how
I don't know.
the twist, there's a twist in the film.
It's 2 twists.
2 twists. And I love how this film isn't predictable. Like, you just sitting there, you're going along for the ride. Carey Mulligan does a really great job because you find yourself being a cheerleader. You're on her team because you learn the behind the scenes. You learn why she's doing what she's doing. And once you see the guys and girls who she is not up against, but who she's exacting revenge on, you would be like, I would do the same thing because they are assholes. Yeah. But I mean, this is a good film. Like, I love I love the action. I love the comedy. Molly Shannon is in it. Laverne Cox is in it. I love there's just like a little bit of romance in it. The music is great. Like, everything is in it. The cinematography is great. It's just well done, and it's not boring. The film as soon as it comes on, it like pops into action. And then you're going for a ride, and before you know it, it's over with. And I'm like, Dig, I wish this was a series so I could see the next episode. But it's a really good film. It's worth every penny. The trailer is good, but it's way more than the trailer. And I would definitely see it.
What would you give it though?
Definitely a 10.
I see. That's where me. I was sitting there. I was watching it, and then I'm sitting up here like, well, where is what I'm expecting from the trailer?
What was you expecting?
I was expecting something like the Joker or the Harlequin. I was expecting
promising young woman.
But you're sitting up there and you're watching it. She smears her lipstick, and you're
not a Marvel film.
Wait a minute, we're not a Marvel film. We're talking about neither was Joker.
That was DC Comics.
That wasn't DC either. That was Joker. That was a standalone.
Oh.
And that was showing a psychotic break. Yeah. And so what I was looking for was a psychotic break. Yeah, all I can tell you is what you think is happening in the film is not happening in the film. That's what I'm going to tell you that way. So I'm sitting up there at one point. I'm sitting up here. There's a lot of dialogue going on through this film.
It was great writing.
I'm like, there's a lot of see. If I want to go see a play and hear context, I'll go see a play. But when you're in a movie is about images. So the images is supposed to tell the story, right? So the movie is not a movie that I would say is trash. It's not trash. It's a entertaining way. And then when you get through the doldrum, which is like the second third of the movie, and you get to the last third of the movie, then it picks up, and then there's a double twist in it, and you're like, wow, and then you're fulfilled. But it's just that in between middle where it goes someplace. I remember how we talked about Wonder Woman, and we said Wonder Woman,
better than Wonder
Woman. WW84, and how 2/3 of the movie was just this romance, and you just couldn't figure it out.
That's a bad.
I need to know. I'm not finished. I said it's
better, right?
Within the 2/3, so that means it's 1/3. Within the second 2/3 of the film, which is 1/3 of the film, is this long doldrum. I need to know who directed this, who wrote it, and directed it, so that we'll let people know. So listen,
the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack best explains. Like, the soundtrack is done by like all women. Every song is a female artist.
Let me know if a woman directed it, and let me know if a woman wrote it, and then we'll be getting somewhere.
See, that's what I was going to say, because I think.
Okay, can we get? I need to know.
I think you have to. They do a great job in explaining.
What are they explaining? Too much explaining.
Not explaining.
That's what it is.
But that's the problem with the world today. People don't want to see walk in the shoes of the other person.
But she's walking into situations like, you seen the trailer, so it's no spoiler. She's walking into situations like she's.
Oh yeah, we said this.
She's intoxicated to the point where she could be taken advantage of. And who directed it? Who wrote it?
Emerald Fennell.
Okay, Emerald
Oh,
Fennell.
she's starring in it. She's one of the characters in the film. She plays one of the characters.
Who directed it?
Directed, Emerald Fennell directed it, and it's produced by Margot Robbie,
Okay.
as well
Now-
as Emerald Fennell and other people.
Now look. To be honest, this must have been a vehicle for Margot Robbie, but Margot Robbie, in between Harlequin and the last movie, in between the what's the name squad, the Suicide Squad, and
The Tanya Harding.
and Tanya Harding and the Harlequin that came out, the Birds of Prey. In between that time, Margot Robbie got pregnant. She's going on with her life, and so by the time she got to Harlequin, she was not Harlequin body. Now we broke that down, right? Because Harlequin is a certain design drawn by men back when Harlequin and the Joker and all that came out, and so she is supposed to be a sex pop. But when she came back in Birds of Prey, she's wearing loose shorts. So this obviously was a vehicle for her, Margot Robbie, the Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad.
Right.
I am a nice guy.
To me, this woman, because the script must have been written for Margot Robbie,
How old am I?
the woman that's playing this part does not hold up because she doesn't have Margot's face. Wait a minute. I'm just giving my opinion on it. It's very important because to sell a movie like this, right? To sell a movie like this, and you're telling people to come to the theater to see this film or to watch it on stream, right? To sell a film like this, you're looking at this film, and then you say, wait a minute, 1/3 of it is all about they're talking. It's hardly no action in it. Then you need face to sell it, and you need someone like Margot Robbie who was fit and in shape to nail that character. She was like the quote unquote stereotypical pinup girl type, right? She does not hold that interest. So you see, she's putting on the heels, and she's not the pinup girl type. Not to say that she didn't do a good job acting, right? So I'm breaking this down. So I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, it's showing you this with bloody lips. What is happening in the story when you see it in April when it comes out? It's not what's happening. The trailer misleads in a way, right? Which brings me down. For women, they're gonna love it, but it's something
that's
about.
what I'm saying.
It's something about the way that women are directing. A woman directed WW84. We get into this whole romance thing through the 2/3 of the movie, and Wonder Woman is singing.
But we reviewed Wonder Woman, and we're not right now. We're reviewing something totally
I'm telling you,
which is much better.
And I'm telling you that this whole thing with the Me Too, if you're going to do something that is, if you're going to sell it as it's going to be gore, it best be gore. So I give. So wait a minute. So I give Promising Young Woman. I give it a 6.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, it's not the best.
I think
it's not the worst.
Yeah, it's good. It reminds me of, because I'm a big fan of. I love like a lot of earlier movies, right? Mm-hmm. So I watch a lot of Turner Classic movies.
What did you say? What did you say when we were watching it? What channel would it be?
Oh yeah, so this would be like growing up, right?
Wait, tell me what channel.
Listen, okay, but you have to let me talk. So growing up, me and my sister and just about most of my friends, right? So we watched Lifetime, right? So when they would have, but you never liked Lifetime.
I mean,
right? but the movie, I said once this film is out of rotation, and
it'll be perfect for what channel?
Once it's out of rotation, right? and once they put it on like television, this will definitely be like a #1 Lifetime movie.
Number
and
one
the
Lifetime.
reason why I said that is because #1, the female character is strong, right? And then #2, she does exact revenge on the people who don't want to give it away,
the
but the
question is-
people who terrorize someone in the film. You'll see. You'll see the film. But no, but the thing about it is but it's well written, and just like in Lifetime, right? They have the storyline, it's interesting, the characters. But like I said, the women are like fighters, right? And they go after
Unfortunately,
the people who do them wrong.
Unfortunately, as we move to the next film, there's more.
It's a good movie.
There's more gore on Lifetime. Let's move on. All right, people.